Hey, bro, what's up? Anyway, I got this I got this meal from KFC, and originally I was going to get the Cheetos sandwich, but they were sold out, and they're not replacing them unless they put them on the menu, which I doubt they will do because that would be weird. Anyway, what I did end up getting was the 5-piece chicken tenders from KFC with potatoes and a biscuit. Now, I've been to KFC before, and I've gotten many $5 Phillips. I have not gotten their chicken tenders before, but I have had their potatoes and their biscuits. But nonetheless, I'm gonna review them. Maybe I'll cut them out of the video. Maybe Mr. Editor will. I don't know, but I'm doing this right now. So yeah, I got my napkins right here, and I'm gonna eat some chicken. Now I got this creamy buffalo sauce, and I've not had this either. And I got 3 of them over here, and I'm gonna hold off on eating those at first. But I am not a sauce guy, so I don't know how well that's gonna go. But anyway, this chicken, oh wow, fabulous looking chicken. There's not a lot of excess foliage, if you want to call it. It's not like falling apart like some other stuff does when it has a lot of crispiness to the side. And I would say this is decent crisp, judging by the way it looks. But I have not tasted it. It smells like their ordinary chicken, but I'm not surprised because it comes from their kitchen. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. But I'm assuming it's going to taste like their normal meat. Got a little bit of flab going on right there. Ew. Ugh. I also have a Pepsi. Now, something I noticed about the quality of the chicken is that it's kind of rubbery. Now, it's been sitting for about a total of 5 minutes. So I can tell you I was not expecting that, but the taste is okay. The taste initially is fine. There's nothing wrong with the taste. However, the rubberiness of the chicken contrasts that and brings it down overall. So, I'm just gonna see if that was a dud chicken piece or not. This one is definitely strange. Now, unsurprisingly, I just almost choked to death because that one was worse. Now, the chicken tenders that I usually have are not this this crispy, but they are also not that chewy. They're really easy to chew, and they're a lot bigger, and they have a decent crisp and a decent taste. Now, in my opinion, these taste better, but in no way are they completely better than my regular chicken tenders. Now, I'm going to try them with the sauce. Interesting. This seems to be a buffalo sauce. That's probably why it says creamy buffalo. Anyway, I'm not sure that this will exactly be the right type of food to eat buffalo sauce with, because usually what I find is you eat buffalo sauce with chicken wings, but it's still chicken, so I'm going to eat it anyway. Now, personally, I do not like chicken wings and buffalo sauce, but I'm making an exception. Okay, first thing I notice is its tang. It has a light tanginess, not really light. It's got a strong tanginess in the beginning, and then as you swallow, it's got a lot of spice, and it spreads around. It's not super spicy. It's just got a lot of mild spice. If you understand. It's numbers, not power. But personally, I would not eat this with the buffalo sauce all the time. But I think the buffalo sauce is okay. Okay. I would say that this buffalo sauce is definitely a good sauce. It's solid, and from what I can tell, its overall performance is better than that of the actual food. But the thing remains that I would not eat this all the time. I will now move on to the mashed potatoes. This is a spork. It comes with the container. The container is kind of like a Tupperware style. I don't know what to call it. Tupperware style container. It says reusable on the top, and it also says it's microwave and top rack dishwasher safe. If you don't understand what top rack dishwasher safe, it means it can go in the top rack of the dishwasher, and it'll be fine. Now, this spork, I don't know everything that you could eat with it, but I don't think its intended use is to have chicken. Just personally. Let me just get rid of this wrapper. Okay. So, I like that they have this reusable container. It is very handy for some snack foods, such as small berries that you can find outside of your home. Now, there's a lot of mess on top, and that is a little bit inconvenient, but I'm not going to blame anyone. I'm just saying, personally, I find that inconvenient. Now, to me, this looks kind of sloppy, but it's also fast food that I got at a drive-thru. So what can I expect, right? But it looks like it soaks through the side. It soaks through the sides here, but it doesn't get to the bottom. And that kind of irritates me. Now, I still can't blame anyone because, I can just mush it around, stuff like that. I don't know what I want them to expect. But overall, the potatoes are smooth, no chunks, and it's still warm. And I'm assuming that it is going to be very positive, especially because I like potatoes when they're mashed. Okay, something I noticed right away is that there's an initial saltiness to it. So they've added some salt that I doubt was from the gravy, but the potatoes, mostly plain, are salty enough to the point where they don't need the gravy. Now, with the gravy, let's see. The gravy is pretty decent, I think. It seems to be... It reminds me a lot like turkey. It tastes a lot like I'm eating a little bit of turkey. And I really like that. But I'm gonna grade the potatoes. They're a solid meal. So far, they are better with than the chicken tenders. And personally, I find them better than the buffalo sauce. But then again, this is an actual meal. Anyway, quickly, I'm gonna try the potatoes with buffalo sauce because I'm experimenting with my food. And there it is, light gravy. I really don't like that. That was disgusting. That was really bad, and I wish I hadn't done that. And I'm gonna clean my palate. What I'm doing right now is I'm mixing the gravy in with the mashed potatoes, if you're wondering. And now for the biscuit. First thing I notice is from the box, the biscuit gives off a pretty strong smell. Now, personally, I have enjoyed the biscuit before, but what I remember is that it's kind of more dry than I would like it to be. Anyway, there's not much to be said about it. It's solid. It's got a few crumbs here and there, but it's a dry biscuit, so. Okay, something I noticed right away is it's pretty dry. I've had very dry biscuits from KFC, but this one is exceptional. So, I've noticed it's mostly dry, but it has small amounts of moisture in it that make it exceptionally good. Something I like to do is I like to mix my chicken with my potatoes and my potatoes with my biscuit. So, let me just take another bite, see if I can reanalyze. Again, it's really dry, but it has a slight saltiness to it and kind of a sweetness to it at the same time, almost like I'm eating a cookie with too little sugar. So overall, it's a good biscuit, and I recommend eating it sometimes with your food. Now, what I just did there is I put a little cream, so to speak, on the biscuit to act as a condiment. So I'm going to eat it. Okay, initially, the potatoes mix with the biscuit and they taste very similar. Now, that kind of drowns out the original biscuit taste, but it kind of depends how much you put on and what you do with it. Because if you cut it in half, you can make it a sandwich and you can put as much or as little on as you want. So, that's your call. I think that is a good biscuit, but it could use a little work. There may be some cooking restrictions in this company for biscuits, specifically the way that they make them. Could have something to do with it, but yeah, there's nothing a little potatoes can't do to make your biscuit a little bit more exotic. And now, as per my ritual, I'm going to dip it in here and regret my decision about 5 seconds later. This looks terrifying, and I am very scared, and I don't want to do this, and I'm going to cry, but I'm going to eat it anyway, because I'm risking it for the biscuit. Savior. Okay. First of all, that was disgusting. And second of all, I've noticed a cross-contamination issue in my potatoes that slightly concerns me. There is a little kernel of corn that was hiding in my potatoes. Now, this is perfectly healthy, most likely. Unless there was some issue with the corn that I don't know about in the production of this meal. Personally, I'm not going to eat that because I am concerned about my health. Especially because these are unhappy people working at a place of misery and pain. So, I'm just wiping my hands, getting rid of the nastiness. And I will resume being saved. Okay. We have no products left except for my drink. And if you've noticed, I've been drinking it the whole time. Now, I have a few critiques. For spice, milk is the way to go, definitely. Soda and water, just spread it around. And if you eat something spicy enough, it can spread to your stomach and it will start hurting from the inside. But milk does not do that. Milk drowns it out. It actually holds it in because it's fatty and sticky and it takes it. Instead of water just pushing it around. But the taste, this is Pepsi, by the way. The taste is a little bit watered down because they put so much ice in it and it melts so fast. Especially when you get to the bottom of the cup. Now, I am a Pepsi fan myself. I have collected many bottles. It was my home screen for about 4 months. I had a Pepsi bottle as my home screen. And I really enjoy Pepsi. But I personally don't think it's the best drink to have a meal with. I suggest something stronger like Coke or Dr. Pepper, or something more refined like a slushie, like a Baja Blast. Or maybe you just want water or milk. But Pepsi, I think, is definitely a strange and different tasting soda. Just a thought. I don't think it's very good with meals. I think it's more of a snack time thing. Rather, Coke you usually drink with pizza, burgers, stuff like that, and a Baja Blast, slushies, stuff like that. You drink with snacks, tacos. If you feel to be a true Taco Bell connoisseur. But anyway, it's an alright drink. But personally, I don't think you should drink Pepsi with your drinks, with your food. I think there are definitely much better options to be had. So, root beer is stronger, Coke is a lot stronger, and yeah, that's it. So, that's the end of this 21-minute video, and I'm going to have a time lapse of me consuming...